Thinking of adding some LEGO Marvel sets to your collection before they retire at the end of this year? Hang on, stop. In this video, I'm going to talk about some disappointing builds, some disappointing minifigures, and very underwhelming sets that you should be avoiding. Today, we're going to jump into the top 5 sets you should save your money on and not purchase at all as they retire at the end of this year. Let's put some rules into play here. I'm avoiding the 4+ builds. We're not worried about the mechs. We're not worried about the construction figures. Those are not good investments. Those are fun stocking stuffers, gifts to buy. If you want them for the minifigures, go for it, go get it. I'm avoiding them at all costs. They're not pieces that I look to invest in personally. Let's get into it. Number 5 on the list is the Endgame Final Battle. Not a fan of this set at all, and quite frankly, really disappointed with this build, as it seems akin to some of the Spider-Man builds that we've seen from No Way Home, Far From Home. I just personally don't like it. You do get a couple cool minifigures, so if there is any saving grace, it might be the minifigures that you get. You're going to get Thanos, Okoye, Shuri, Valkyrie, Carol Danvers, and Wanda. I just don't like the construction of this build and the way it's put together, especially at $100 for 794 pieces. The expense is really going into the Thanos. Anytime you see the Hulk size, the bigger minifigures, you're going to pay a little bit more. You just got to know that and be prepared for that. Not a huge fan of that. There are some cool little tricks to this set, though, that I love, and some hidden secrets. So, hiding spot for Mjolnir, hiding spot for Cap Shield, and then a hiding spot for the mouse or rat that started the whole comeback in Endgame. So, a couple little hidden secrets in there that I like. Now, if you do want to buy this set and invest in it, not at $100, that is not your price point. I've seen this on sale routinely for 30%. I've seen it on sale at Costco. When they did sell it, I think it was $49.99, so 50% off. I did buy a few at $50, I will say that, but I would never pay full price for this set. Just the details, it is set number 76266, 794 pieces, and in total you get 6 minifigures with it. So the price isn't worth the value you're getting. This is a really bad build. The minifigures are okay. It does open up a little bit to give you some more playability, so that's always a nice feature. Not something I'm truly fond of or care for, since you can see behind me, most of what I do is just display-based. But this is something you can play with. Obviously, it's Thanos versus the Marvel ladies, and that's great. One thing I did forget is, and I can't see it here, is there is a Wasp figure included. So she isn't the full-size minifigure, but she is included in here somewhere. I just haven't seen her. Not a buy for me. If you can find it 30, 40, 50% off and you're looking to invest in it, just be prepared to hold on or be happy selling it at MSRP regular price if you could sell it at $100. But avoid this one. You don't need this one. Move on to the next. Number 4, the Hulkbuster, Battle of Wakanda. We've seen the Hulkbuster before, and it's never been glamorous. So this isn't the UCS set, which is well overpriced. You can find on sale in LEGO, I think, right now. This is a set from the Battle of Wakanda, the Infinity Saga. You get Bruce, Okoye, and 2 Outriders. Set number 76247 at 385 pieces. At $50, it's not worth it. These minifigures are not special. They're not spectacular. This is probably the 4th or 5th or maybe even 6th iteration we've seen of the Hulkbuster in various forms. And this set just isn't fun. The Hulkbuster itself looks great. I do like the scale of it. I do not and will not pay $40 or $50 for this. The minifigures are nothing to brag about. I wouldn't want them. I really don't care for them. And it's just not worth the money. I've seen this routinely. Again, this is another one you're going to see on sale for 30% off. And that might be when you buy it. But this isn't a void for me. I'm not looking into this one at all. This one can retire. And I wouldn't miss it because I'm sure in a couple years another Hulkbuster is going to come out. And this is an Ice Bricks video. So what would it be without a couple of honorable mentions at the end? Stay tuned. Number 3. And these next 3, they're going to make sense to you. You'll see them and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I won't even have to explain them in good detail to you at all. But number 3 is Baby Rocket's ship at $34.99. It's set number 76254, 330 pieces. This price to piece ratio is worth it. However, it's a boring set. Rocket is always a welcome minifigure, right? I haven't met anybody who doesn't love Rocket or doesn't want a Rocket minifigure. But there's nothing exciting or enticing about this build to me and what the set offers, right? It's rocket ship. You get a baby rocket. Cool. Opens up. There's a couple pieces that will shoot out here. The cannon's right there, which are nice little adjustments and attachments. But there's nothing special to me about this set. I am not even sure of the shelf life. That's something I'll come back to. All right, I checked the shelf life. When this retires, this will have been to market for 20 months. Now, traditional Lego sets are going to be at least 24 months, 18 months at a minimum. So this is right in that sweet spot. So that could make it add value later. I just don't see that happening with a set like this, unless you're willing to sit on it for a few years, or the next Guardians comes out, or there's any special reason that the Guardians would get even more popular than they currently are. Then I could see the set selling, but you're going to have to sit on it for a while. And if you don't want to do that, this is another one you should just stay clear of and get away from. Number 2 is Miles Morales and Morbius. I don't know. I guess Lego was obligated to put a Morbius set out there. I don't think anyone purchased this or even knew it existed or really cared for it at all. The Morbius minifigure, great. It's a vampire. Wonderful. You get a couple little bats with it. Cool. The Miles figure, great. Again, like Rocket, I think everybody loves a Miles figure, but this is probably the 10th or 11th Miles figure that we've gotten. So in the minifigure realm, this one is not going to be a high value to invest in or hang on to or hunt down through whatever channel it is you might purchase this or go after minifigures. This is just a set I'm very underwhelmed is the word that comes to mind when I think of this set. I think it does call to a younger audience because it is playable, right? It's the car, much like Rocket Ship. It's more for play, and all of Lego is for play, so don't call me out on that. However, in this case, there's just nothing that really brings me to this set. Now, if you're buying it for one of your kids or a friend, whatever it is, they probably never saw Morbius, so they're like, who's this other vampire minifigure that I'm playing with? They're going to know Miles, though, so that's an advantage that you have. It's just underwhelming to me at $24.99 regular price for 220 pieces. Set number 76244 is number 2 on the list of Marvel sets retiring this year that you should just stay away from and save your money. Number 1, and you may have guessed it, the Hoopty. I don't get it. First, I haven't seen the Marvels, so comment below. Tell me if I should or I shouldn't. I don't know that I want to waste my time, but I've heard nothing but bad reviews about it from people who have seen it and online. So not interested in seeing it at all. This build, I think the ship looks cool. The one thing I will say is, according to the pictures on Lego.com, like the scale to minifigure looks really good. I will give it that. But why is this the number 1 to avoid? 420 pieces for $90. There is nothing spectacular about this set that makes me want to pay even close to $90 for it. That is absurd. And I haven't seen this one go on sale, at least to recent memory. So I am not interested in spending $90 on a set I don't really like for 420 pieces. Save your money. However, the selling feature of this set are the minifigures. We get another Captain Marvel. Cool. We get another Miss Marvel. I think they messed up with it. I would love to see Miss Marvel with some of her superpowers and minifigures like on display, because I think that would make that more valuable. And then we get a Photon or Monica Rambeau. These minifigures on the secondary market can do really well for you if you find them in bunches. You're not going to make back your $90, but if you can find them independently, Miss Marvel and Photon, Monica, I would hunt down these minifigures if you're into that. On Brick Economy, they have Miss Marvel as a $20 minifigure, and they have Photon as a $16 minifigure. And I can imagine being probably the only minifigure we're going to really, really get, one of two maybe, of Photon. She's only going to go up in value, right? Miss Marvel at $20, they're just unique minifigures in that sense of it. So if you're in the minifigure market, you like to get them on the secondary market, whether eBay or Facebook, whatever it is, wherever you hunt down your minifigures, these are 2 I would consider going after. But for the set itself, to buy it at retail and then to hold on to it, this reminds me of the Wonder Woman 84 set, the gold box. I'll put it up on the screen for you. it's just not going to do well. The Aquaman sets that were for Aquaman aren't doing well upon retirement. This falls into that same category, especially because you're paying $90 for what is probably a $29, $39, $99 value set. It is just not worth your energy or time to find this one. Let it retire, let it go to sleep, let it move on, and find what's next. So that's why this one's number one. Tell me if you agree. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Am I missing a set that should be in this top 5? But as you do it, let's get into the honorable mentions. As we get to the end, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate it and love the community we're building. Let's get back into it. I know I'm going to get some comments for this one, but Captain America's Shield is my honorable mention. I really debated adding this to the list. I don't see it being a fun, exciting set. Now, if you're a collector and you have Mjolnir, you have the gauntlets up on a shelf, like I have Voltron and other sets, yeah, cool. Go pay $200 for this. By all means, have at it. The build is boring. There's nothing about it that calls out to me. So for me, this is not a set I'm interested in. I even passed on it when Lego had its Prime days and they put a lot of things on sale, among other places. Like, I did not buy this at 30% off just because I felt that strongly that it is just not worth my time. You might feel differently, and I want to hear that. So let me know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me why you're buying or have bought Captain America's Shield. I really debated putting this in my top 5. Not as number 1, but in my top 5. What you do get is, besides the shield, I love that they give you Steve Rogers with Mjolnir and his shield. I think that is a really cool piece that they add in. Much like Mjolnir with Thor and Asgard, you got a couple trinkets from Odin that they had in the vault. And I forget what the vault is called. Like, tell me what it is in the comments. My bad on that. I'm just recalling other examples that I'll pull up on the screen. But if you're into the Infinity Gauntlet, if you're into the Nano Gauntlet, if you're into Mjolnir, you have Captain America's Shield. As an investor, this is a lot to store. I also think about space because I'm not a rental unit guy where I go get a rental unit. I keep this, what I invest in, I keep in the house. Luckily, we have enough space that I can do that for now. I hope to outgrow it. However, that's the situation, and this is a big box. I don't want to keep big boxes and have them collect while I am trying to actively sell. I feel like this is going to take a little bit of time until it retires to actually make money for you, considering commissions and fees and everything and shipping. Always do free shipping. So that's why this falls on the list for me. Now, if you disagree, cool. We should disagree. Let's talk about it. Comment below. Let me know what you think on any of these 6 that I've shared with you today. I'd love to get your feedback. All right, my second honorable mention, and this one I know I'm going to get grief for, so give it to me. Wolverine's Adamantium Claws, set number 76250. 596 pieces. This just is like Captain America's Shield to me. $70 for 596 pieces. For this type of collectible, that price might be okay. I don't feel like it is. I wish there was more to this. I appreciate that it's based on the X-Men 97, Adamantium, his claws. I do wish Lego made them retractable. I think that would add a little bit more to it and make it worth the money. That I'd be in for. I'm not in for it at $70, knowing they don't retract. Again, it reminds me of the Nano Gauntlet. It reminds me of the Infinity Gauntlet, Mjolnir, and Captain America's Shield. I'm just not into that. If it were like Wolverine's helmet, I'd be all over that. Much like Star-Lord's helmet, which I debated on this list as an honorable mention also because of its price to what you get. But all the helmets that we've seen have done exceptionally well as investments. I haven't seen, maybe because we're not to that point yet in the timeline, but I haven't seen weapons or gauntlets perform upon retirement yet. Now, the Infinity Gauntlet and the Nano Gauntlet are coming soon to retire. These 2 pieces that I'm just showing you now are set to retire. So we'll see that in the future. And I hope I'm wrong, but this is one I haven't avoided yet. The saving grace of it is it's Wolverine's Adamantium Claws, right? It's Wolverine. If you are a comic book fan, if you're a Marvel fan, if you're an X-Men fan, you're buying this no matter what. $70 isn't a big hit for something you love and adore, and if you're a collector, right? I think it's expensive for what you get, but I'm not going to be buying this one. I haven't seen it on sale often, which is also a good indicator, so this is one I might be wrong on. But hey, we're all wrong. Nobody's perfect, and I'm willing to be wrong on this one. I hope for those that are investing in it that I'm wrong for your sake and that you do exceptionally well in your investments with this one. But something that I'm avoiding because of Deadpool and Wolverine, this could go off the shelves. You never know, right? You're creating this new environment of Wolverine fans, and this is going to be a great gift for somebody, or someone's going to go out and buy it. I don't know. Time will tell. I'm just not into this one as it is today. All right, there it is. A quick rundown of the 5 plus 2 honorable mention Lego Marvel sets you should be avoiding just because they're underwhelming, they cost too much, and there's only 1 or 2 positives for each of these sets. Take a minute, like and subscribe, leave a comment below, let me know what you think. I'll catch you next time.